By now, you've probably heard my magic wand story. It's a brand that's been part of my personal journey for more than 20 years. But no matter how many times I sing Magic Wand's praises, I'll never be able to fully capture the story of this incredible brand. Well, now journalist and author Kate Sloan just completed a limited audio series documenting the history and impact that Magic Wand has created over the last 56 years. It's called Making Magic. And the series chronicles Magic Wand's incredible brand story through interviews with nearly 40 experts, performers, business owners, educators, and fans. So I got a sneak preview of this series, and what I loved is that Kate weaves together snippets from all their interviews into this amazing story arc. She covers Magic Wand's journey from appliance store massager to its legendary influence on culture and sexual independence, and it's all just fascinating. The first episodes of Making Magic are available now at makingmagicseries.com or on all popular podcast platforms. Just search for Making Magic or visit makingmagicseries.com today. Thanks for listening to Sex with Emily. On today's show, I'm joined by Anderson, and we're taking calls and helping you navigate your sex and relationship questions. Topics include the many paths to G-spot bliss, tips to improve that pesky gag reflex, how to bring back that NRE or new relationship energy when you're in a long-term relationship, and why foreplay isn't just a suggestion, but a requirement. All this and more. Thanks for listening.
Look into his eyes. They're the eyes of a man obsessed by sex. Eyes that mock our sacred institutions. Bedroom eyes, they call them in a bygone day.
Hey, Emily, you got a boyfriend? Because my man E here, he just got his heart broken. He thinks you're kind of cute.
A girl's got to have her standards. Oh, my.
Do women know about shrinkage?
Isn't it common knowledge?
What do you mean, like laundry? It shrinks?
Can we not talk about sex so much?
Are you kidding me?
Oh my God, it feels so good.
Being bad feels pretty good. But you know, Emily's not the kind of girl you just play with.
You're listening to Sex with Emily. We're talking about sex, relationships, and everything in between. For more information, go to sexwithemily.com. You can easily subscribe to the podcast. Check out all of our great blogs, which will just continue the conversation with some great tips for you, sex, relationship, dating, all that fun stuff. And we do 2 podcasts a week. And there was one that you guys all loved called Mastering Sex and Seduction with the Lady Gang. That was a really fun podcast, and you should check that out. And we've just done some great shows lately, so hopefully you're enjoying those. And I've come here with Anderson.
Hey.
Hi, Anderson.
Yeah, Em gives really good email.
What?
You give really good email.
Thank you. I do give good email. Oh, yeah. Sign up for the newsletter.
Yeah.
Subscribe to the... It helps when you guys subscribe. It just does.
You were so
then you get them all.
What? What do you... Oh, yeah, I do.
I do. People love our newsletters. And then also, here's the thing. If you missed the shows last week, you'd be like, here's all the shows. Here's all the blogs you might like. All that cool stuff. Oh, also, Kegel Camp is back. I have an iPhone app called Kegel Camp. So you'll never forget to do your exercises again. And it was down for a little bit. And now it is back. And as always, please connect with me on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, all that. It's at Sex with Emily. And also, you guys, one more thing I was going to say here is, I've got Ask Emily videos. I've been doing a lot of those. Facebook and YouTube, they're all that. Yeah, people ask me
I saw
questions.
a clip one just now in the green room when I walked out. I saw you in the background. You were here in the studio, and it looked really good.
Thank you.
It looked good.
I liked it.
Can I tell you that 12-year-old Anderson or 12-year-old anybody, pretty much, if they broke into this place, like they would just have a feel. They'd be like a kid in a candy store.
Why?
I'm just seeing like boxes of porn over there and all sorts of sex toys. You got a sex toy out there that's in some kind of plastic bag that's probably been used by a woman. Like 12-year-old boys would take that home and use it.
They would, right?
Yeah.
This office is amazing.
It'd be like jackpot.
I want to redo it. Like, I seriously feel like I still need to finish decorating it a little bit. If anyone's a designer,
you
they
got
want to help for
vaginas
free.
on the wall over there. You got
Those are lips, not vaginas. We've got the quotes.
They're sideways.
They're lip. Oh, they do look like vaginas. But
They're absolutely vaginas.
Do you think those were vaginas?
She's got a vulva puppet sitting here on the.
I know. It's like vaginas and penises. Oh my.
Is that from the vagina monologues?
No, it's just a vulva puppet. So when I teach people, I can show them where the clitoris is, the labia.
Well, that's what that's for.
It's a teaching puppet.
That's why it's color coded.
And it was pricey. I got to say, got it on Etsy. It's like a $200 puppet.
Is it really
There's
a $200 puppet?
There's not a lot of them out there.
I was going to ask, do you think a guy's ever bought one and banged it? But now that you're telling me they cost $200, I doubt it.
It's not like a flashlight.
$200 for that thing?
Hello.
What?
Well, I think it's handmade. Look at this little rose where the clitoris is.
Yeah, I'll make you one for like $10.
Clitoris. Oh, it's a good snap.
Yeah, you should definitely put that up so people can see what we're talking about.
Okay, absolutely. Yeah, you guys, you got to check all the stuff that goes down.
It looks like if Grimace from McDonald's had a vagina, it would look just like that. Or Barney. Barney had a vagina.
A pink because it's purple.
Yeah.
It's so friendly. It's friendly.
All right, let's do this.
Okay, so the show, we are going to be taking your calls, which, you guys, I love that. I love the call shows. You've been here for call shows, right, Anderson?
I was here for the first call show.
Aw.
Excuse me.
I love that. Okay, so if you have questions you want me to answer on the show, that's really easy to do. You can text it to Ask Emily, just one word. Text Ask Emily to 797979, and then you get a link back and you ask your question. You can also go to sexwithemily.com via the Ask Emily tab, and then you can ask the question there. And as always, include your gender, your age, where you live, and how you listen to the show. And you can also select if you'd like to be called, like we're doing on this show.
If I were to text, it would be to Ask Emily?
No, I know that's confusing.
Yeah.
So in your phone,
Yes.
you'd write, like you were sending a text to somebody, you'd type in as the phone number.
Yeah, what is the phone number?
797979.
So
and
it's
then
like 69 plus 10.
Right. Well, right.
Yeah,
But
so
that's
79,
confusing now.
79. No, it's not. It's
Right.
easy
And
to-
then in the message,
Yeah.
you write Ask Emily one word.
Oh, and then
and
it
then you
shows up
press
to you.
send.
What if you don't put in Ask Emily, or if you put spaces? Does it go off into absentia? Or
I don't know where it goes.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah, no good.
Nothing happens.
Well,
And
producer Lark is saying bad times. So
don't do that.
Yeah.
So, but what happens is, you guys, just so you know, when you do that, you just get a link, and then you open the link, and you can just fill out the form on your phone, because we know you're all on your phones anyway.
Right.
So we're trying to make your life easier for you. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm all about. And I'm trying to help you have better sex and relationships.
Let's do calls. I love calls more than Emily. More than
Emily?
More than emails, because you can actually ask the questions that are missing from the emails, which is fantastic.
So many times we want to know more.
Right.
I know. And I feel like they've been great. Like, I think we've really helped a lot of people here because we can really get into it. So let's take our first call. Okay, we've got Janet. She's 31 from Iowa, and she wants more sex than her male partners and wants to know what is wrong with her. Hi, Janet. You're on with I've got Anderson here as well.
What's up, Janet?
Hi.
Hi. Thank you so much for calling in. Okay, so how can we help you? Tell me what's going on. What's the background here?
So basically, my whole experience since I've been having sex, I've felt sexually repressed, and I'm trying to figure out what I should do about that.
That doesn't line up with the question.
Wait, yeah, I thought you were saying that you want more sex than your partners. Was that...
I've felt repressed, basically. Yeah, I
Okay, so
want more
explain to
sex,
me.
basically.
Okay, but you feel
Yeah.
like you can't express that because you feel like repressed. You feel like your body wants sex, but you just kind of shut down when you're with partners.
Yeah, usually, like, I get rejected from them, and then that causes me to shut down, and then it's just like this vicious cycle, basically. And it seems to keep happening to me, so it's hard to think that I'm just picking the wrong people.
How does that manifest where you get rejected?
I don't know. I think it started from, like, my first relationship, where I would, like, try to initiate something with him, and then he would say, no, not right now, type of thing.
No, Helen, I've got a headache.
Okay. And that was your first relationship, right? That happens sometimes. And then what's happened since then?
Yeah, I keep getting kind of like the repeats of that. Or like it tends to just, I keep dating guys where they don't seem to think it's a priority, where to me it's a priority. It's one of the best things that you can do in a relationship.
Absolutely.
And
sound like Emily.
I'm like, and there's this stigma that, I don't know, it's like a societal norm that says guys want sex all the time. And I'm like, not in my experience
Can we get some details
and
here?
all my friends...
Janet, like, okay.
Oh, what was that?
How, like, does it start happening after a certain period of time that you've been with them, or is it right off the bat?
Right away.
Right away. Okay, and then are you asking for it, like, with each meal, or are you asking for it, like, once a day?
No, that's the thing. Not even once a day, because I'm currently not in a relationship where we see each other every day. Uh-huh. And yeah, it's not like I need it all the time. It's like, just slightly more than they seem to want.
Well, I have to tell you that that is the stigma, or that is the stereotype, that men are like walking around and they crave sex all the time.
What
and
is
I
it,
have
every
to tell
30
you,
seconds, guys think about
they
sex
might
or something?
think about it a lot. But I have to tell you, in the 12 years I've been doing the show, that was one of the first things I learned that actually was not true. That I heard from more women actually that were like, I want more sex than my partner. So I have to say that's very common. But I'm trying to understand, because it sounds like you had an early experience. You said, like, your first relationship where you often felt rejected when you initiated. And I'm wondering if you might not be reading into situations or projecting that is still happening, and maybe it's not happening as much as you think, and you're shutting down because you think that he's really rejecting you, and he might not be.
And you know what they call that? A
Projection.
self-fulfilling prophecy.
Self-fulfilling prophecy. Yeah, that's true.
Yes. That's kind of what I think keeps happening, too, because I've come to the conclusion, like, that it's not me. I'm doing everything I can to make sex awesome for them.
Like
so
what?
It's not me. Like, yeah, so I need to learn how to, like flirt more, I guess.
Janet, how do you
rather than just like expect them to automatically want sex all the time.
how do you make sex awesome for them, Janet?
Put effort into it?
Right, like how?
I think when I was younger, I just expected them to do everything.
Right.
So now with my current boyfriend, I'm putting a lot more energy into it and like switching up sex positions and asking him to try different things and stuff like that.
Okay.
But I think I need to work on like flirting before I
Foreplay,
see him, like,
yeah.
before we get to the bedroom.
Right.
Because
Sounds
I've
like a
just been
guy.
kind of closed off about it because I've been so hurt in that
Right.
area. So I just sort of like am afraid to put myself out there.
Yeah, it sounds to me like you're doing a lot of action towards him and you're trying to make him feel pleasure. And actually, men want to feel your pleasure. Like it's really hot when you're turned on as well.
Right.
So if you're just focusing on him, he might not feel really connected because you are kind of just like, no, let me take care of you. Let me take care of you. Don't worry about me. And so they're kind of like, that can be confusing to men. Now, I know there could be some guys listening and go, that'd be awesome. But the
Right.
truth is, with a real connection and real chemistry with couples, it's mutually beneficial. And you're both, it's a feedback loop, right? Like you're turned on, he's turned on. And so I think like getting more into your body and really working on like, masturbating, self-love, all that time when you're alone and really like thinking about like what does turn you on, how do you like to move, and what does sex feel like in your body, and breathing, and just kind of like staying there instead of in your head, because it sounds like you're approaching sex very strategically, like I'm going to please him, I will
Sounds
give
like
him a
a guy.
blowjob now, which
That's
is like
what
what
it-
men do,
yeah.
right? And that's a way that you use your male energy to kind of keep down the feminine side of you, which has been hurt, like the part of you that feels like you're going to be rejected and vulnerable, which we all
Yes,
deal with that.
exactly.
You're trying to get out ahead of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I totally understand that. And that's like a practice because, seriously, these early experiences with sex and relationships kind of get us trapped unless we move through them. But I love that we're naming that right now. And if you can kind of feel that experience that you had, like really just like feel it, like don't even think about it too much. If you can kind of like remember that experience, kind of let it go through your body and like sit and like just kind of like, I'm going to rewire this, reprogram it. And when I go into sex, I'm going to bring myself fully in my body, turned on, excited, kissing. Like that's true. It would be great for both of you to kind of not jump to sex and to really connect through intimacy, through touching and kissing and making out. And that's all the stuff that goes away in relationships anyway. And to me, that's like some of the best part. Foreplay and just kind of focusing on like all that, like nibbling on his ears and he's like kissing. That's what I think you need right now.
Yeah. Exactly. Like the excitement beforehand type thing is sometimes the best thing.
I totally agree with you. And like I would say foreplay, not just a suggestion, it's a requirement. And you might be needing that to actually be turned on. You might be needing more from him as well. Like you want to make out or you want oral sex or him to slowly undress you. And if you know what that is, you can like let him know. You can show him and say, I was fantasizing today about you undressing me slowly or like kissing my nipples or whatever turns you on. And then he'll think that's hot. You're thinking about it and it'll be this, I think that's what you need. And you already said it. So
yeah,
that's
I think
what
so too. Yeah, and I need to get better at saying what I want and asking for what I want.
Exactly.
Rather than just shutting down.
Right. There you go. You got this, girl. So next time when you're in this, you're gonna remember this. And you're going to just practice. Because here's the other thing. It's not that it's like, it's a new skill. And you haven't done it a lot. But the more that you do it, you're going to feel more comfortable and you're going to be getting the rewards from it. And you'll be like, how could I not ask? So you got this.
Okay. Yeah, that clears it up for sure.
Cool. Okay, good. Thanks, Janet. Keep me posted. Let me know how it goes. Take care of you.
I will. Thank you.
Bye, Janet. Have a great day. Thanks.
Do you think, I didn't want to say this when she was on the phone because she's already
great.
up
Now
in
you're
her
going to
head.
trash her? Yeah.
No, I'm not going to trash
Kidding,
it. But
yeah.
do you think she might be like a little bit too aggressive? Like what I'm picturing is like she's like, "Come on, let's do this," and she's like trying to like get to him, get in their pants. Like I don't really feel like it right now, and then she's like, "Fine," and then she just kind of like
Maybe
shuts
she's
down.
replaying replaying
and that's
the
a total
rejection.
turn off. Like if a girl's coming at you hard and then like you're not completely into it, and then she gets like pouty, like that's like ugh.
Yeah, I mean, maybe she's just, I think what the problem is that she's just, which is lovely, but she's caring about her partners and wants to please them and want to do all these things, and she's not even in her body. She's left the body.
Right.
And a woman who, I don't care, like, I mean, maybe guys who are completely, not evolved emotionally, or they don't care, like, yeah, I'll take
You're
that.
just the same
But
guys,
I mean,
yeah.
I think that, she seems like a lovely woman, and she
Right.
probably is with guys who are like, I'm not feeling anything from you. So if we're shut down, which talking from someone who's been shut down previously in
Yeah.
my life,
You were shut down for the first like 22 years of your life.
yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah, pretty much. So I feel like, you got to bring that. You got to get your body, bring it to the partner, and he'll respond. Okay, that was a good call. We've got Catherine. She's 37 from Toronto, and she gets the G-spot feeling like she has to pee, and it's annoying and can't quite follow through with the G-spot orgasm. Is that what's happening, Catherine?
That is it. I'm assuming that's heading in the right direction, but I just can't seem to get past that feeling that I need to pee. So it's either I feel nothing or I just have that ongoing, like, I need to pee feeling.
Right. Well, that is the feeling that you have right before. For many women, they feel like they have to pee, and then they have the orgasm.
And now I think a lot of women stop it at that point too, because they're so concerned about peeing, right? So they never actually get to follow through.
Right. Have you ever had a G-spot orgasm on your own?
No, I have not.
Okay, so I would. Well, you're in a relationship right now?
Yes, I am.
Is he a hockey player?
He has played hockey, yes, but
he's from Toronto, so I had to
more
ask.
in college,
T.O.
more university kind of stuff.
Nice.
Well, I would say. Thank you.
Hockey players know how to bang.
Now we can picture it. I've talked about this as well on the show that I feel like I didn't have a G-spot orgasm with a partner until I explored on my own. And because then it was like I didn't have the pressure of, someone else, like, is this happening or not? And I love the WeVibe Rave. It's a great G-spot vibrator. Like, I can't even tell you, I don't know, everyone here in the office loves it as well. And it's a great way to find, you can try your fingers as well. That works. But I feel like maybe you wouldn't care if you have to pee, and then you'd start to know how that feels. Like, you use some lube. It helps to have a clitoral orgasm first, because then that area becomes more engorged, and then you don't like the word engorged, Anderson, sorry. And then it could kind of help you. And also, like, lifting your legs up. Like, there's different ways to position yourself, putting a pillow under your butt.
What you're saying is once you find out where it is, you know how to guide it to get there.
Yeah. Well, how does that sound to you, Catherine? Is there anything else, like texture to that, or like...
I definitely, once I started listening to your show, I actually have purchased one of the WeVibes, the ones with the remotes and everything. So we played around with that a little bit. I've tried that on my own. Obviously haven't got the right spot yet, but I have been doing some exploration.
Good.
And I definitely when we're engaged in sex and I'm starting to feel that, I don't stop because I try not to reposition too much because, again, learning from your podcast, I'm like, oh, this is a good sign. But, again, I just sort of linger in that world of, I need to pee. And, and eventually, it starts to just feel uncomfortable rather than,
I get it. Yeah. Are you in your head a lot, or are you in your body? Are you thinking is this it? Is this it? Because that can kind of stop us a lot as well from...
Probably.
Okay.
Probably. I do tend to have a bit more of an analytical personality, and I mean, just this is the first relationship I've really had that I've had such an active sexual side to it. So of course, I felt the need to research everything.
Wine.
Finding your podcast.
Have a few glasses of wine. Let go.
So,
yeah, no, I'm glad you found the podcast. And the G-spot is this elusive, I'm telling you, it's not that. For some women, it's literally our anatomy's different. There's some women who have sex for the first time and they have blended orgasms. And that didn't happen to me either. I had a lot of sex before I actually found it. So he could also use his fingers. You could lay back and just be let's try to find your G-spot together. And you could lay back on a pillow.
We have done that.
Right. See, I tried that too with a boyfriend for years. That's why I had to do it on my own. I really did. I was like, F it. You know what else really helped me? Doing my Kegel exercises. I'm telling you, when I started doing them regularly and using the intensity, I don't know if I've talked about the intensity for a while by Pormois, which is I know, and you can do Kegels on your own, obviously. But this was the one product that
I have your app.
Okay. So it reminds you, and I'm telling you, and for me, I feel like using Kegel balls or the intensity, which uses electrostimulation. You lie back. You've heard this, probably we talk about this. You lie on your bed, and for 10 minutes a day, you put it inside you. You can't really feel, it feels good. It's also a vibrator if you choose to use it that way. And you don't even have to do your Kegels because it stimulates them. Okay, so this goes in your vagina. It's safe. It's a medical device. So the point is, I just think that doing your Kegels, practicing on your own, and taking the pressure off. I feel like you're already in this oh my God, I'm ping. Yeah, and I get it. I am too. That's why I asked the question. I totally get that. But I had to personally be alone and just let it go and forget that anyone was there and just play with it. And it didn't happen the first time. But I'm telling you, that combination of Kegels, using a toy, lube, and making sure I had a clitoral orgasm and squeezing my legs together was really helpful too. What? Tightening?
I just thought of a question.
Flexing those Kegel muscles, like you kind of, if you like that really helps as well with your G spot.
Do you think
tensing and relaxing them?
More people have found Jesus or the G spots? Because it seems like it's unbelievable how many people have not found their G spots. And I was thinking a good place to find it would probably be prison, which is where a lot of people find Jesus.
It's really, really hard to We're going to name the podcast Jesus or G spot. Honey, I'm with you. It is so tough. I mean, it's still not that easy for me with a partner. Like, it's just the way our bodies are. But I'm telling you, once you find it and in a different way, and I think, what do you, can you try some of these things? Does that seem like I've given you?
I mean, we're working on it. So it's just more to, it's encouraging to see that it's the right track and that, it's not weird.
It's not weird. No, it took me so long, and then I had it's not weird at all.
Relax a little, and get up, maybe do some kind of like extraneous conditioning during the day or something, so you're a little bit more like your body's a little bit more relaxed. And I don't know, like maybe you go on like a long hike beforehand or something, because she's in her head.
Yeah.
She needs to get a little bit more in her body, like the last.
You got to get into your body, and you got to breathe, honey. You got to breathe into your pelvic floor, like breathing. It helps with everything. Better sex, better everything, better life.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think some of those things take the pressure off yourself and do it. Go for it, sweetie. You got this. Okay. Let me know when you find it.
Keep trying.
Okay. Keep going, Catherine.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Glass of wine.
Thanks.
Bye. Thanks.
Thanks, Anderson.
Thank you. Bye.
Got a question for you, because you got a science background, right? What is the evolutionary point of having a hidden G spot? Is there a point?
Well, I mean, here's the thing. It's Grafenberg, the guy who found it. A man found it, which is interesting.
So it is the Grafenberg spot.
Yeah, it stands for, it's Grafenberg. And the interesting thing is there's also been much debate. Does the G-spot exist? Does it not exist? I mean, I feel like the truth is, it's like where your clitoris is, where your G-spot is, it's different on every woman. So our anatomy is different. And so it's just,
why have a hidden little button though somewhere that's like deep?
Like the evolutionary speaking, like
I don't understand like the
pleasure.
point of it.
I don't know.
And then here's another observation as a guy: the idea of you guys having this little magic button somewhere inside of you and not finding it, like in your 30s, is just fucking beyond us. Like,
I know, you're like,
if guys had G spots, they all would have found it by 11 or 12,
sure.
Guaranteed.
Hey, you've got your P spot.
What is
your
that?
prostate.
Oh, well,
I just can't believe have you found that?
Well, I'm not that exploratory.
Well, I think you should. I think that so many men are like, you know what I love? That this is kind of the year of the P spot. And I feel like this year, men are also like straight men.
Didn't you say pegging was the year of 2014 or something?
Pegging is the new
2014 is the peg year.
No. This year is all about your P spot. And I feel like men are getting braver. We're getting questions from guys actively saying, I would like to find it. I would like to find it, a toy, fingers. How do I do it? Just find those tricky little spots.
We don't need the P spot, guys. Come on,
Yes,
we got
you
plenty
do.
of going on. We're fine.
No,
We're good to go.
You think your orgasms are good now?
It's why still.
Okay, let's take another call.
Yeah.
We've got Sarah. She's 35 from Wisconsin, and she wants to be able to swallow. She's got some gag reflex questions. Hi, Sarah. I'm here with Anderson, and we're
Sarah.
here to help you.
Hello.
Hello. So tell me what's going on.
Well, my husband and I have been together for 17 years. We've been married for 14.
Okay.
We are each other's first sexual and only sexual partner. We've never been with anyone else. It took us a while to figure out like how to have really good sex. I mean, our first few years of marriage, it actually wasn't that great. And we learned pretty much everything on our own, what felt good, what we needed to do. And now, after 2 kids and 14 years later, we are having really great sex.
I love this.
I orgasm almost every time. There are times where he can give me multiple orgasms in one night. It's just when it comes to oral sex, I have bad gag reflex. I get really scared and nervous, and I don't know how to get past that to pleasure him when I'm not in the mood, but he is, and I want him to, be happy, and it's something that he wants, and I want to do it for him, and I just need to get...
Okay. I got this. I have a few tips. I've got some tips for you. Anderson, what were you going to say?
I giggled because he has a similar accent to yours.
Oh, I'm from Michigan.
Gag.
Yeah. Okay. Gag reflex.
Right,
yeah.
Wisconsin doesn't have accents.
Oh, I know. Neither does California, right? We sound just like you guys.
Right.
With the whole gag reflex, I think a lot of women think that you got to put the whole thing, past your tonsils, and the goalie doesn't have to you don't have to score. You just got to go into the mouth is fine. You can use your hand for the rest of it, and you don't have to throw it past your tongue ever. You really don't.
That is true.
And
But,
a lot of girls like the whole deep throating thing, and I think a lot of guys get off on it too.
I think you're right, Anderson, but I don't
you
think,
don't have to.
Sweetie, you're not, Sarah, you're not talking about gag reflex, though, are you? You're not talking about going deep. You're just talking about being able to get it in your mouth. Right.
Not even like, right. Not
okay, I get it.
Wait,
Some women,
stop
it. Some women have this. So let me talk to you about it. Here's a few tips. Ready? So it's important, like when you're going down on him. So you don't have to keep like your mouth like super tight around his penis. You can let your lips fall open, and that will open up your throat more. And you have to remember that you want to breathe. Okay, you want to breathe. And then I'm going to give you some throat exercises. Okay, this is this is an article I wrote. I just pulled like this is going to lessen your gag reflex over time. You want to put a finger.
Sometimes I think it's because it's too much saliva in my mouth. I've tried like the flavored lubes, and I feel like it just gives me too much saliva. So you're trying to swallow the saliva, you're trying to suck, there's so much going on that it's hard to concentrate and focus without wanting to gag. And
well, let me give you some exercises you can do. So put like a clean finger in your mouth, or you can use like a toothbrush, right? And you slowly move the finger down your throat, like until you start to gag. Okay. And when you're doing this, you don't want to gag. You start breathing through your nose while relaxing your throat. So this is the exercise. You breathe through your nose, you relax through your throat, and you try holding it. So, the goal here is to try to stay calm and breathe and hold it for 10 seconds. Okay. And repeat it a few times the first week. So like every day you could try it for like 10 seconds. And you'll realize that if you're staying calm, breathing through your nose, relaxing your throat, you'll eventually be able to move your finger back further and further, or the toothbrush back further and further. And that's how you can kind of work up the gag reflex. So that has worked for many people if you do it on your own and you're not with your partner. So there you're not like worrying about saliva and you're not worrying about him judging you or whatever it is. This is a way that many people have had success at kind of opening up that gag reflex, and that will give you more confidence. And then you could practice on like a vibrator or a dildo if you want without him. But I feel like that's what you do. I'm telling you this works. If it doesn't work, you call me. Let me know either way. I actually want to know how it goes with you. But I feel like the goal is to stay calm, breathe slowly, and build it up. 10 seconds, do it 10 seconds. You can do it a few times a day, and you'll realize you'll be able to hold it longer, move your finger back more.
Just while you're brushing your teeth, like Emily said with the toothbrush.
Or you can do a toothbrush as well.
Yeah.
Okay?
You should brush your tongue.
Okay, you got it. You got this. Good luck. Let me know how it goes. Bye,
thank
Sarah.
you very much.
Thank you.
I will.
Have a great day. I'm going to give a shout out to our sponsors.
Sweet.
Because we love you, and thank you for supporting them, you guys, and for listening to the show and telling your friends about the show. I appreciate that as well. And we will be right back. We've got Kate. She's 25 from Buffalo, and her vibrator gives her orgasms, and she doesn't orgasm with her boyfriend. Hey, Kate.
Hi.
Hi. Thank you for calling in.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Love talking to you. So tell me what's going on.
Yeah, so
I'm here with Anderson as well.
I've been with my boyfriend for a couple of years now, and he's amazing. Sex is always pretty good, but I've sort of noticed recently that it could be a little better, and that the lack of orgasming that I've had, not just from him, but most men in general, kind of is concerning, and that I know I can orgasm with my vibrator, which is great, but I guess I don't really know how I can take that with my boyfriend.
Right. Okay. So this is really common. I think that women, a lot of times it's easier to orgasm on our own or with a vibrator, and then you're like trying to work it into the relationship, just having sex with your partner, and that can be a challenge. So have you ever had an orgasm without a vibrator?
Yes, but it happens very infrequently.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I guess with my boyfriend, we've been together for 3 years. Oh, I don't know, maybe like less than 10 times.
Jeez.
Okay.
And like you guys are probably having sex like a couple times a week, Kate?
So
yeah.
So yeah, that's very infrequent.
Okay, so less than 10 times with him during intercourse. Do you remember what was happening during those times?
I honestly think it was closer to the beginning of our relationship, and everything was really new and exciting.
Right.
And I think now that we've been together for a while now, we're getting a little more comfortable talking about things and trying to figure things out. And I guess, I just sort of let that one slip.
I got a big question.
Yeah. Okay.
Kate, you don't do you fake with him?
No.
Kate fakes every now and again.
Women do fake sometimes, but don't. I mean, I always tell women not to, but it happens.
I don't think I do. And he's aware of this. Like, I told him I was going on the talk with Emily, and he was kind of like, okay, like I hope that goes well. So like he's aware of it, and I don't think.
Okay, no, I think that's cool. I don't think. Yeah. Okay. So listen, here's the deal, sweetie. I think that first of all, it would be great if you could, together, either you could masturbate on your own with, without a vibrator if you want, or with one. Because I use vibrators during intercourse all the time. So I don't think I don't know if you've ever brought it into your sex life, but, use it on your clitoris, or is that how you use it? Do you use a clitoral vibrator?
Yeah, definitely. I don't, that's what I use.
So I think I don't see why, I think that could be really hot. And if it works for you, you could just kind of bring it in and, when you're on top or bottom, there's so many great toys now, you could use it during sex. So, but if you're asking me, like, I'd like to not use a vibrator, I think that you'd have to, it's like everything, like your body's maybe more used to orgasming with the vibrator now. Like, how often do you masturbate? Alone, obviously alone.
I don't know, maybe a couple times a week.
About the same amount of times that she's with the boyfriend.
Sorry?
About as much as you're with the boyfriend.
No, honestly, more.
Okay.
Yeah.
You masturbate more than you have sex.
No, she's with her boyfriend more, right?
No, with my vibrator.
Okay.
Yeah, she's with the vibrator. So you should call the vibrator,
it goes in phases,
honey.
though.
Yeah, no, I get it. It goes in phases. So I would say if you have the patience, because you could like retrain your body to kind of, it's like everything, mixing it up again. So start just touching yourself without the vibrator, because you can have orgasms that way. Or, you could just say, let's use this together. Have you ever used, this can be really hot. Have you ever used it with him?
Yeah, he'd asked about it a couple times, and I guess I kind of thought it was weird, like it might make him feel bad.
No. I'm telling you, he asked about it, and once he sees it, he'll think it's really, really hot, I think. And also,
you can show him that way.
Mutual masturbation is one of my favorite tips for couples, to like, the two of you can do like, you're getting off, he's getting off, and then he'll see what you do with the vibrator, and then he can use it on you. He can maybe hold it. That could be cool. Use lube. All that stuff. So I think that, just bring it into kind of incorporate it into your sex life.
Kate, here's the good news, and I'm not sure that you're fully aware of this, even though you've been with your boyfriend, and I never have been, but he really, really wants to make this happen for you. Like, it's a big part of what he's doing and having sex. For men, they like to see results. They like to know that they can actually do things and have these effects. He'll put in the work as long as you're open with him. And you said that you guys are much more open now with your relationship as opposed to when you guys first started dating. However, all the orgasms came originally. So obviously the communication is not quite there yet. But if you just kind of lay down the gauntlet and say, like, let's not even have sex until you can make this happen. I know that might be a little bit too much, but like at least start going down that, like, let's spend 20 minutes on me trying to figure out if we can get it done, and then, we can do it.
And the other thing is, you were saying at the beginning of the relationship, but let's go back to the beginning, like the foreplay and all the things like the arousal and stimulation and all the things that you do early on in a relationship. A lot of times after 3 years, we let it go. So maybe there was some kind of foreplay and like build up and teasing, or, you guys went to dinner and it was like sexy, or you went on dates, or you strip tease for him, or something that like gets you in your body and turned on. So dirty talk. I don't know what it was, but, you can kind of bring back some of that new relationship energy even when you're in the 3-year relationship.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So you got this.
I think the key is to bring that toy in. He's not going to be threatened by it. There are a few guys that are going to be threatened by it, and there's going to be a few guys that don't really care if you come or not. But that's the minority. Trust me. And if you bring that thing in, he's not going to be threatened by it. He's going to think it's hot, like Emily said. And I bet you, since you're trained on how to, finish with that thing, you're definitely going to do it with him, and then you can start to bridge that gap.
He's not that guy. He's asking for it. Yeah. And I think, that's how you do it. All right. You got this.
Thank you so much.
Good to talk to you. Bye. Seriously, this orgasm thing. This is like the top question we get asked, I think, from women, and I love teaching them. A lot of women have emailed me. I thank you for my first orgasm.
That's kind of weird.
It's kind of like I did it, but I didn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get it.
You're responsible for a lot of orgasms.
I am responsible for changing the world one orgasm at a time. Yep.
I remember that.
That's true. We have
lube on every nightstand.
Yeah, all those things. I think those things are very important. Okay, we've got Jackie. She's 25 from Houston, and she just almost never has orgasms during intercourse.
Where have all the orgasms gone?
Where have all the orgasms gone?
Hey, I'm glad you got the reference. You got the reference, Sam.
Yes,
way to go.
I'm here with Anderson.
Where have all the children gone?
Yeah, I'm here. Hi, sweetie. Tell me what's going on.
Hi. So thanks for taking my call. I'm super excited.
I am too.
I'm not in a committed relationship. I'm just casually dating right now, and I'm very sexual. I masturbate a lot. I'm constantly just loving sex. I'm really open to things. I'm really, really in tune with my body, but I never, ever achieve orgasms with men. And I know it's mental. I just start and I completely freeze up. I get anxious. I feel inadequate. I feel very nervous. I don't want to tell them it's not going to happen. And if it does, it's going to take forever.
Right.
And so it's kind of, I'm kind of sick of that feeling of being looming over me all the time when I'm trying to be intimate with someone.
Yeah, I totally get it. I mean, I think so many women have been in your situation that like, it's just because it's not easy and it's hard to ask for what we want. So do you get like enough foreplay? Like, are you able to ask for, do they oral sex or just
every time? I don't know if I'm doing myself a disservice because I use a vibrator like almost every day. And how can you compete?
Sounds just
how
like
can
Kate.
a man compete with a
electronic device,
a machine?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
here's the truth. I got to
So
say
I don't
that.
know if,
Yeah, I mean, I understand that because using a vibrator. The truth, have you ever had an orgasm without a vibrator?
yes, absolutely. It just takes a while, and I have, and I've lately in the last couple of years have been squirting with digital stimulation, and sometimes it happens a couple times when I'm on top or like from behind. But I honestly just don't know how to have a vaginal orgasm, to ask to like make my own body know how to do it. And
right.
So it's frustrating because I want to know, and I have a G-spot stimulator, and I don't know what to expect. I don't know how it's supposed to feel.
I know.
So I can't really I can't ask for it because I don't know what to expect.
I get it. So that's
happens,
right.
Yeah.
So this is why you got to do the work on you. So you're saying G-spot and clitoral. Like you haven't had either. Like have you had a G-spot orgasm before on your own?
No.
Okay.
No,
so,
I just usually get impatient and I grab my clit vibrator and
I
I cut it off that
know.
way.
I hear you. I did that as well. We've had a few calls.
I thought you
at
were
the
going to
show.
say I grabbed my clit and then stop talking.
No, I
But
got the
she
vibrator. I
grabs her
get it.
clit
It's so
vibrator.
easy. It's like one and done. You're out. I get it. But it does take patience. It's going to take some time. It's great that you're not in a relationship right now. So I would say mix. You're masturbating every day. And if you have a little extra time, you could start to like use fantasy, think about things that turn you on, get your body like really aroused and just try to like mix it up. Use a vibrator, don't use a vibrator. And you know, how you find the G-spot is, I mean, first of all, it helps to have a clitoral orgasm first. So yeah, I mean, it's okay to like have a clitoral orgasm. I mean, to use your vibrator, that is fine. But if you want to start exploring without it and you know that you have before, that's great too. Because I think like with anything, if you use a vibrator every single time, it might be harder if you're with a partner and you want to, so you could practice going maybe one time with it, or maybe not use it at the beginning, but use it at the end or vice versa. So when you're on your bed and you're, masturbating, it's great to have a clitoral orgasm first, because once you do that, your body's turned on, you're aroused, the blood rushes to the G-spot, that area becomes like more engorged, and Anderson's favorite word. And so it also can help to like lay back with like a pillow underneath you, your leg. You can experiment with different positions, like putting your knees back or having your legs up. You take, a finger and you go in like about 2 inches inside, and it's like this come hither motion, like using like your middle finger, and you kind of look for a rough spot, kind of like it feels like a peach pit or an apricot.
Okay.
And then you just kind of apply pressure to it. And it's not like the
ribs.
It's not like the in and out like really fast. It's more like a deliberate pressure that you apply to that area, and it might feel like you have to pee. And it's kind of a whole new sensation for women, but the more like you're turned on and the more like you've already had an orgasm, it will help you find it. And also doing your Kegel exercises, really important. That strengthens the area. I was saying that. Yeah, I said that earlier, but but we had
similar call.
Yeah, no, it is similar to a call we had earlier that I was saying like when I started doing my Kegel exercises regularly, that combined with like using a toy, I use the Rave by WeVibe, which is an amazing G-spot toy. That's how I found it first, and I had a lot of sex, right, and it just didn't happen for me. So I needed that time alone to figure it out, and then I knew what it felt like, and then when I was with a partner, I knew how to like move in that way because I'd experienced it on my own, and I wasn't waiting for a man to figure it out, because that's a lot of pressure. I get it.
Yeah.
So the more you practice all this stuff on your own and like make it fun, not like practice, like this is fun. You can explore all these different erogenous zones, like play with your nipples, your inner thighs, like tease yourself.
Yeah, Jackie, you guys got it made compared to guy. When I hear Emily just now saying, you start off with like a clitoral orgasm, and then move into the dinner orgasm, and then maybe a dessert orgasm after. Guys, we got one done, and then if you're a little bit older, you don't get to go again until tomorrow. So enjoy yourself and figure out all your different.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, you're young, you've got time, and I feel like that. What were you say?
I just feel like I just don't know what it's supposed to feel like.
You'll know when you know, and if you keep at it.
Yeah, maybe that's the thing.
There won't be
the clitoral, it's just this buildup, and I just know it forwards and backwards, and it's like 20 seconds, and it happens. So I'm mastered that, but it's like, okay, here I am with this thing inside of me.
I get this feeling, though, that she thinks like maybe she's already done that, but
I don't
she hasn't.
know. I think the G-spot is a different thing. You'll know. And it's like blended. Sometimes like you squeeze your legs together. Like there's a lot of different ways. And I'm telling you, I've told the story, and I think it really says it the best, that my friend in college who went away for 30, like she was gone for like a month. And it wasn't me. I wish it was me because I didn't have orgasms till way later, but she was like every night, she's like, I'm going to figure it out. And she was there for a month, and she took like an hour every night. And she finally was like the third week or fourth week, she finally found her G-spot. We are still best friends. And every time she has sex with her husband, she has at least 3 orgasms. And I'm convinced it's because she spent that time. How many people spend even an hour masturbating, right? There's tons of stuff on our website about finding the G-spot. And how to have orgasms, masturbation month. I know it's tough.
If a guy was like spending an hour a night beating off, like he would have problems, and they probably need to talk to Dr. Drew.
No, but
you know,
but Jackie, I think that you just a little more time, and you're really in your head, and you're like, it's not happening. What's it going to feel like? And I think that women are so analytical about it. But another thing I would tell you is to breathe. Like our breath is so important. So the more that you learn to you do your Kegels, you're breathing through your body. You're just like relaxing into it. You get out of your head and into your body. Even if you're fantasizing, you'd be like, oh, this turned me on, and then move that through your body and don't worry about the outcome. That's when it's going to happen.
Okay.
Okay,
great.
Jackie? I know you can do this.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a great night, Jackie.
Right.
You got time. It's evening. Go do it. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Thanks,
Talk to you soon. Bye. I feel like everyone's my buddy. Bye, Jackie. I know. You see this? It's so hard, the elusive G-spot. We need like a G-spot locator app. I've talked about that forever.
Or that is like I think in the future they're going to have that. It's like find my iPhone, find my G-spot.
Find my G-spot.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
I'm telling you, like if G-spots were on men, like we would find them immediately.
I know. Then there'd be like whole teams of people, like NASA
like
scientists.
Missing kids were G-spots and men had them. Like there'd be no missing kids.
I know, it's true.
Like kids would never go missing.
Okay, Anderson, amazing.
So good to see you, Em.
Loved everything
even though
about
she
this.
punched me 4 or 5 times during the show.
Sometimes you just
because I ask questions and she doesn't.
You just don't when the people are talking, and you cut me off, you cut them off. It just sometimes it's hard.
You should see me drive.
Oh, dude, I didn't want to do that. I love you. Everyone check out Anderson and all of his stuff that he's got. Thank you, Anderson. Check out his podcast. Thank you, everyone. Thanks to my amazing team. Thanks, everyone, for listening and for supporting the show. I love you all. And was it good for you? Email me, feedback@sexwithemily.com.